What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the freaking podcast. We finally came up with a name. It is called the Peanut Gallery. Thoughts, boys? Thoughts?
He got it right. He didn't know what it meant before we started this.
Shout out to
Only
Dylan.
man in America. Yeah.
I did not know what the Peanut Gallery was, but Dylan explained it to me, and I love it. So we're
Just
rolling
Googled
with it.
Just Googled it. That's good. Well, how was y'all's week, boys?
Wonderful.
Not everyone at once.
Wonderful. On Tuesday, I didn't sleep.
Yeah, so so this is gonna come out hopefully Saturday morning for y'all. We're actually recording this Friday night. We were gonna record it Thursday night, but since Dylan's in the Navy, he had some kind of training session going on for like a week straight, and he was working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So he was not able to join us, and so it is what it is. Life happens, but we got a new episode for y'all, and we actually have a name. So tell everyone about it, share it, like it, subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, hopefully.
That'd be great.
And yeah, we're gonna jump on into it in this past week in the sports, and I think just barely, maybe the biggest thing was the Super Bowl that happened this past weekend.
Possibly.
It could have been. There was only like 200 million people watching, though. I don't know. So
Hey, but more people watched the halftime show than watched the actual game.
That's true.
Which is
Yeah,
crazy
that's
to me.
true.
Which is crazy to me. Everyone was so excited about Rihanna, like, performing that everyone forgot about the actual Super Bowl. You know.
Yeah.
For sure.
And by the way, baby number 2, what I saw, she's pregnant again. Isn't she?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. So I thought it was like some baby weight, but apparently looking into it, more research, and all the girls around me, they're like, no, it's baby number 2. So congratulations to Rihanna.
Yeah, because she hasn't like done a concert or anything in like 5 years or something like that, right? So like
It's been wild.
coming back and just
long.
doing the halftime show, like that's crazy. I know some people were saying that it was like super underwhelming and like it wasn't good. I'm like, just because it was just her, like sure last year you had Eminem and Snoop Dogg and like 5 people, like that's nuts. But it was in LA, like what do you expect?
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
I thought it was
show.
phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal.
You just can't please everybody.
No, you never
I mean,
will.
she went out there and sung like what, 12 bangers that everybody knows. Even like our dad was like, I knew those songs. I just didn't even know they were by her. It's like
Exactly.
people know these songs.
Yeah. But
Banger of songs, like beautiful. It was awesome. But that was the halftime show.
that was a halftime show. We're supposed to talk about sports.
My bad.
I
my
guess.
bad. Yeah, we
No, it's fine. But what we think of the game, boys? I was the only one to get the prediction right. Come on,
That's what
my boy, right here,
That's
here.
what I was
15.
about to
Come
say.
on.
Me and Dylan took
Come
an
on.
L on that one. We had the wrong prediction, but I do have to say, what a freaking game. It was so intense from the start all the way to the end. It was great to see. I mean, Jalen Hurts go after it, and then Patty Mahomes go after it, kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah, it was great. I feel bad for Jalen Hurts in the ways of that fumble because even with that, he played lights out, bro. And like, if you take that out, he can probably look at the game and be like, I did everything I could. I mean, they probably would have won because there wouldn't be that touchdown, but like, he can kick himself over that one play when it's like, bro, you did so much.
Yeah. No, it was like I'm pretty sure if I didn't say it on this last week, I definitely said it on the predictions video I made. But like, if the Chiefs would have been able to keep Hurts, like stop him either through the air or on the ground, they'd have a much better chance at winning. But he was just like, nah, screw you, I'm just gonna do it all like by myself.
Yeah.
And like if the Chiefs or if the Eagles won, he would have definitely won MVP like by a landslide.
Oh,
some people were
for
saying they
sure.
should have given it to him, even though they lost. Like I
Yeah.
know Mahomes still like went off, but like per Mahomes standards, he didn't have a great game. So like you could argue that Jalen Hurts could have taken it, but it was intense to watch. I knew whenever Butker doinked that field goal there in the first
Oh
half.
my gosh,
Bro,
yeah.
I thought that was gonna bite him so much more than it did, because
So did
just
I.
straight from the jump, it was so back and forth that it was like, okay, this is gonna be a shootout. Defense is not really gonna be
Yeah.
the biggest factor in this game, so it's really just gonna be how many times can one team get the ball and score with it more. It was such a good game, man. Absolutely
Yeah.
unreal.
And they both came out. I think they both scored on their first drive each, right?
Yes, yeah, it was
If I'm not
7-7.
mistaken. But ends up that was the only point scored in the first quarter.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Was both of
Because
those first drive.
yeah, because the Chiefs had the chance to go up 3 in the first quarter there, but that's when he missed
Yeah.
that field goal.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest question of the game was it a hold? What do we think?
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was. There's clear footage of the hold right on the mask. I just don't know how they didn't catch that. But
On the mask.
No,
well,
so
Are you talking about the fumble? The
he's
Jalen
talking
Hurts
about the
fumble?
fumble play.
I think I am then.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about at
Talking about
the
the
very
end.
end of the game. That holding call on Juju.
Oh no, that was not holding.
It wasn't. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
So here's the deal. By definition of the rule, is it a hold? Yeah.
Yeah.
If I grab your shirt like this, it's technically a hold. Is it really affecting you? No. But the thing is, he came out after the game and was like, "Yeah, I held him. I thought they'd let it slide." So Eagles fans, first of all, they can't even complain about it now because
Yeah.
their own guy is like, "Yeah, I did it." But like you watch any play in the NFL, offensive play that's a pass, like someone's doing that probably every
Oh,
play.
100%.
And the whole game they were letting them play, so it's like, why is that being called right now when you want to like decide the game?
For sure. Yeah, there was a thing
Yeah.
there was a video I'd seen in the week leading up to the Super Bowl whenever they announced the crew chief for the Super Bowl. Over the whole course of the regular season, that same crew averaged the most flags per game. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh crap! This is gonna be it's gonna be such a stop-start game. There's not gonna be any rhythm to it." But they let him. It almost felt like a game 7 of a NHL playoff series. Like they weren't
Yeah.
calling anything. That right there, that holding call was the first holding call of the entire game. It was. I don't remember
It was kind of wild.
I don't remember the exact number of penalties, but it was a very low penalty game. I'm in the same boat with Dylan. As far as the letter of the law is, it's a hold. But and James Bradbury coming out and saying that he held him is definitely
That is
not
true.
like, if it was me, I just wouldn't have said anything. Been like,
And that is
either way.
so wild too. Like, if it's me, I'm gonna be like, we're calling
No.
that.
Yes.
We're calling
Oh,
that.
yes, yeah. Like, I'll be honest, I had $50 on the Chiefs to win. So like, them winning makes me happy. Not only because I want some
Yeah.
money, but also because like I'm more of a Chiefs fan than an Eagles fan. But that like, because there was only a minute and 50 left on the clock. It would have been 4th down if they didn't call that penalty. They still would have kicked a field goal. It was a chip shot. They were inside the 15-yard line.
But
So
they
like,
can't bleed it like that.
they couldn't. They wouldn't have been able to
Bleed
bleed
the
the clock. And shout out to McKinnon, by the way, getting down right there at like the 2-yard line to
Oh
to
my
help run the clock
gosh.
down. Like,
Oh
what a
gosh.
guy! That is a team guy. He's
Man,
yeah. I don't know how many people would have done the same thing. Be like,
Not a lot.
dude, yeah, you're just gonna tell me I can't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl? Like, come on, I'm taking that
I'm
ball
also
home.
just an idiot, and there's a reason I'm not a head coach because I would
Yeah.
just be like, 7 points is way better than
Hey,
3. So
exactly.
waltz on in here, big fella.
I hear you. But it was a great game. It was, yeah. I wish they wouldn't have called the hold, but there were like back in the, I think it was the first half. Still, it might have been the third quarter, but when Jalen Hurts threw that ball to the running back and he caught it, and then the Chiefs guy hit him and the ball got knocked out, and they returned it for that second touchdown, and then they came back and called it an incomplete pass. When like
Yep.
3 plays before, they had Dallas Goedert who made a catch like off his helmet and it like hit the ground, or it might have been Devontae Smith. It might have been both of them. I don't remember. But like both of those catches went in the Eagles' favor when they were kind of debatable whether they should have been given a catch or not. You can nitpick the whole game if you want, but
yeah, on that one, I don't. I remember having a discussion with all of the people that I was watching the Super Bowl with, because a lot of people thought it was an incomplete pass, and a lot of people thought it was a complete pass. With I'm pretty sure it was right. You were right. I think it was Devontae on the far right.
You talking about the bubble pass?
Yep.
I don't think it was Devontae.
No.
It was
the one that got fumbled and then came back for a touchdown. Is that what you're talking about, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, it was their running back. It wasn't Devonta Smith, but
I don't remember who it was, but I do remember arguing a lot about that. I was like,
I think it was Gainwell. Was it Gainwell?
Yes, it was Gainwell. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because like when you look at a pass that's when the guy's falling out of bounds, all you care about is if he has 2 feet down, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, and then you look at this other play where there was a fumble. It's like, oh well, did he make a football move? Well, it's like, well, he caught the ball and then put both of his feet down while he had control of the ball. Like, I'm no rules genius by any means, but like if we're gonna have the same like different arguments, but it's the same question, like what's the point? Like you kind of have to. It's either you have to catch it 2 feet and football move, or you only need to catch it and 2 feet down. Like, I don't
know.
I don't like that there's different rules for different situations almost.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't agree because it's like if you just throw a quick pass over the middle and you catch it and you're like standing still because you just turn around and get the ball, and you like catch it and drop it, is that a fumble? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is.
I think that's why the football move rule thing is kind of there. But it was like, it was a weird spot too because it's like, did he make a move? They'd show an angle. It's like,
that's what I mean. Because looking at it in slow mo too, it's like, oh, there's so much time between him catching it and him getting hit. It's like, well, no, it's actually like 0.03 of a second in real time.
Yeah,
like it is not anywhere near as much time as when you're looking at it in slow mo. So,
yeah,
but
yeah, that was another thing because I was like, I don't know, he's got some time, and then I remembered, I'm like, yeah, this is like taking so long.
This is 1,000th of real speed.
They show you everything they want you to see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're sounding like news outlets now. Moving on, we're going to talk about some of the commercials because there were so many good ones. So many.
Really?
Right?
I'm gonna be the
right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Was that sarcasm? Right?
It was definitely sarcasm.
Okay. Dude, it's been the past 3 years of the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be honest. The past 3 years have been nothing but horrible commercials.
Ever since Doritos and Mountain Dew stopped, like
blood.
Yes.
Bring back Puppy Monkey Baby.
Oh my God, that's a throwback.
Right.
The only one that I was excited about was the Logan Paul and KSI Prime one. The only one I was really hyped about. Yeah. And the new Batman. I'm a big Justice League. I'm a big Batman fan. I don't know what they're doing. I don't like it. I don't know. Or the Flash. Sorry,
I don't know if I saw that. Oh yes, I did.
It was the Flash, and I don't know how I feel about it because they're changing up the Batman again, and I'm like,
well, because it's the movie is about the Flash, right? And then Batman's just in there for some reason.
It's everyone.
Oh, I thought it was just the Flash, and then Batman's in there for some reason.
Well, they're coming out with the Flash too, though, right?
I'm pretty sure it's the Flash, and they're like doing like a merge of how like the Flash gets really into. I don't know what they're doing, dude. I just saw it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should be excited or if I should be nervous, kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So if we're in the circle of trust, I gotta admit something real quick. After the first half, I hated all the commercials. I didn't think they were funny.
Facts.
So after the halftime show, when there was commercial breaks, I was playing ping pong.
Hey,
I mean,
there was only. No, go on.
The Tubi one.
Yes, that's what I was gonna bring up. Yeah,
I was playing ping pong. I was going, and I just heard like they like cut the music off. They're like pulling up couch cushions. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And they're like, who's on the remote?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That got so many
bro,
people.
So when our group that was watching it, like there was like what 15 of us watching it, and I had the remote like behind me almost. Like I wasn't sitting on it, but it was like it was underneath me. I could have been sitting on it, but I hadn't moved in like 30 minutes and it was fine. Right? So the commercial starts and it's like flipping around and like changing the channel and all that. I'm like, what the? And I'm like getting up and everyone around was like, what are you doing? Because I've had the remote on me the whole time. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything, I promise. And then it just cuts away to like the next commercial. It's like, oh my God, dude. Like it got everyone. There was
so many people.
Dude, so there was that one I enjoyed, the Prime one, just because, I enjoyed watching KSI and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And the E-Trade one was good. I like the throwback with the babies as like the main characters. I thought with like the wedding and everything like that. I thought that one was good. There was one. God, crap! There was one more that I was about to.
I don't know if y'all saw the
mention.
Blue Moon commercial.
Oh,
I did not.
Coors Light or Miller Light
being hyped
and
up
then
too.
It being Blue Moon.
Coors Light and Miller Light. It was like
that was.
Being the commercial,
Is Blue Moon a part of Coors Light or Miller Light, or are they something completely separate? Because that makes no sense to me. Like I like the fact that some commercials like have no real like marketing plan. It's just something crazy, but like that just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember what I was gonna bring up. Did you see the Gronkowski like kick of destiny or whatever it was?
No, I didn't.
So do you remember like hearing about it, like all the hype and stuff?
Yeah.
Like we're doing it live during the Super Bowl. Like if he makes a kick, like everyone that is on the FanDuel app gets like so much money and free bets or whatever.
Yeah. Really?
So the commercial starts. It's not live. I don't care what anyone says. Like they have the little like thing in the corner that says live, and they've got like 8 different cameras and like a crowd, and there's Gronk, and they've got like a zoom in of like right in front of the ball, like into his face. The camera's right behind the ball. It's not live. I don't care what anyone tells me. And then
watch it.
he kicks it, and I've seen a couple different angles, so maybe I'm wrong, but as I was watching the commercial, he kicks it, it goes in, and then the ball like curls to the left behind the left upright. They're like, oh no, he missed, but we're still gonna give everyone money anyway. I'm like, what was the point of all this? Like it wasn't live like you said it was gonna be. He made the kick, but he missed it, but you're still gonna give him money because he made it anyway. Like,
yeah, I didn't even see the
commercial.
I did not see that one, dude. Like I said, after some, I was just like,
I don't know. I mean, if they were going for humor, maybe it worked, but the whole thing, I was like, I don't know. But does anyone have anything else to add about the old American football?
I realized I was old during the halftime show.
Oh boy.
Because nothing about the songs or nothing, but so pregame, obviously I'm watching, they're like, it's like 75 degrees out there. And I'm like, perfect, beautiful weather, right? And then the halftime show, and I see all these puffy coats and like thick pants, and I'm like, I just know they're hot.
Yeah.
I literally said that out loud, and I was like, man, I'm 50 years older.
Yeah. I have one more. I can't believe we haven't mentioned this yet. The field was so bad.
Oh.
How have we forgotten?
oh yeah, dude. I remember seeing an article whenever they were building it or whatever, and it was the slipperiest. I don't know. It's a field that is very slippery.
Dude, it was terrible. They said that
We can get into the conspiracy theories if that's what you're.
Yeah. I'll let you. I've done a lot of talking. You go on.
Well, it's just interesting. The sod father, they call him.
Yeah.
But he also happens to work for the Chiefs, and he's their guy. And it's a special blend that they wanted to do for his last Super Bowl, and it's the Chiefs in State Farm Arena.
Well, they said that they took 2 years to make all this.
Apparently,
we didn't know 2 years ago that Patrick Mahomes was really good.
That's fair. That is very fair. No, the conspiracy the other one that I've heard a lot was if you're familiar, the players in the league have gone back and forth a lot this season over turf fields and grass fields, because turf fields are like cheaper to maintain and like keep around, whereas grass fields are safer for the players. Like there's evidence that there's less injuries
Yep.
on players on grass fields. So the conspiracy is the NFL hyped up this field. You know, it took $800,000, 2 years, its own thing. We're rolling the field outside every single day. I'd never seen anything like that before. I'm sure you haven't. And then
No, no,
all of a sudden, like the entire Eagles team has to change their cleats. And that was another thing. Like,
let's get into that.
A lot of the Chiefs players didn't have to. But
weird, isn't it?
But do either of y'all listen to the Kelsey Brothers podcast, the New Heights one?
I did not. I didn't hear. I didn't listen.
Okay, so yes, those two are so funny. So they talked about it in their one that came out on Tuesday or Wednesday, and Jason, who plays for the Eagles, was talking about how, because they were getting into the whole conversation about how bad the field was, because it was bad. It was freaking terrible.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, the guy, like most of the guys were like kind of going back and forth on which cleats they wanted to wear, because they clocked it like during warm-ups and like before the game happened, right? So then I guess a lot of them just picked the wrong ones or just decided halfway through the game to switch out or something like that. Because there's like I don't remember the specific numbers, but it was like twice as many players from the Eagles had to switch out their cleats compared to the Chiefs. So there's a lot of conspiracies. There's a lot of bad or good calls. There's a lot of awful commercials. Figure it out, corporate America. Figure it out. Bring back the Budweiser commercials where there's a whole town making a human bridge to get the Budweiser truck across the creek.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Or bring back the Bud Knight.
Oh, the Bud Knight.
Bud Knight was good.
Yes.
Just bring back
I'm pretty sure he's...
I was kind of right in how I thought the game was going to go. I did say the Eagles would get up in the second quarter and be big up.
I mean, the Eagles were up by 10.
That far.
Mm-hmm.
They were up by 10. Didn't stay like that.
If the game would have ended at halftime, I would have been...
you should have bet on it, bro. You would have made some money.
Yeah, for real.
Well, moving on from the Eagles to another animal. I'm so good with these segues. We're going to move on to Tiger Woods, man who has redefined golf, essentially, from the mid-90s until now, is back. He's playing in the Genesis Open this week. As of recording, he's actually made the cut. He just last year played in the British Open there in St. Andrews, but since then we haven't seen him play, and because of the big car crash he was in 3 years ago, basically he almost lost both of his legs, and no one thought he was going to walk again, let alone play 72 holes of golf. He's back, and he said, he's like, bro, I'm not going to play in any tournaments unless I feel like I can win. And sure enough, he's like 10 shots back going into the third round, but he's made the cut. And everyone was worried about his legs. Obviously, he's got, like plantar fasciitis in one of his ankles. Like, he can barely walk a whole course, it seems like. But he can hit the ball well. He's playing good golf, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes into the weekend rounds here. But I know that I'm probably the biggest golf guy out of the three of us, but if y'all have any thoughts or comments.
Yeah, I think if the PGA Tour was smart, they would let him use a cart. People are going to watch way more if Tiger Woods is playing, and who cares? It's Tiger Woods. Let him use a cart. Like,
yeah,
people are going to watch. It's Tiger Woods. We all want to see him play golf as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if making him walk all these holes is going to hinder him, it's not good for anybody. He's going to keep playing because he's an absolute dog, and he's just going to hurt himself, and he's not going to perform at the highest level because he's hurt. And nobody's going to watch because it's like, oh, Tiger's washed, which he's not. He's just old and been beaten up like this,
Mm-hmm.
So just let Tiger use a cart, for the love of God.
How old is Tiger Woods?
He's
47. 47 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's getting up there. He's definitely getting up there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm
people
not the
play golf
biggest
until they're
but
70, but like...
Yeah. I mean, look at Trump.
Well, they do have
how
like
many
a...
hole-in-ones?
Yeah, no, that's Kim Jong Un, bro. He hit like 17 holes in one in his first ever round of golf ever.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah, no, the PGA has like a senior tour, but they don't let you play in that until you turn 60. So he's still got
Damn.
13. If he wants to play golf professionally, he's still got 13 years of being on the
That is
regular
very
tour.
true.
So
I bet Liv would let him sign a contract too, so he could use a golf cart. That would be crazy.
imagine
They'd probably pay him so much.
Tiger Woods reuniting with Phil Mickelson again, old time rivals. There's no way. They said that they offered him like, I think he came out and said that they offered him like $800 million to join
They've
Live.
been they've been putting up a bag for these
Dude,
big names.
well, it's freaking
And half of
it's.
them are like, yeah, of course.
Do you blame them? Like most of the guys that are on Live are like guys that are barely making the cut in all of these tournaments, and like the lower tournaments where like not a lot of the top players play in. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you $3 million a year for 5 years, plus all of the winnings you win per tournament that you're in. Like
Instead of having to just try to win the money.
exactly. Like if I'm Tiger Woods or Justin Thomas or Rory McIlroy or any of these guys, like you're more than likely gonna win more money staying on the tour. So like I get it.
Yeah.
Like the top guys, like it makes sense to stay because like there's the whole argument of like loyalty and like tradition and all that kind of stuff. So like some of them I get, but like if it's me who just graduated college and I'm like I'm good, but like I'm not gonna be a top 200 player anytime soon, and then oh we'll give you $2 million a year. Like yes, sign me up.
But I mean,
Yesterday.
plus when you're these names like Dustin Johnson or whatever, it's like you could do just by choosing who you want to be your bag and who you want like to do a commercial for. You're gonna make that money regard. Like you'll make so much
True.
money if you just want to
Yeah.
keep doing commercials and stuff like that. So
Yeah, because
You make a ton of money.
I don't think any of these guys that, or most of the guys that switched, like lost their like sponsors or anything like that. So they're still making, they're even making more money from that. Like, it's a, it's a big deal. I know that documentary, the like Drive to Survive style, but for golf, just came out.
full swing.
Yeah, bro. Like when we're done with this, I'm gonna start watching that. Like, I've heard it's amazing.
I got like 15 minutes into it the other day, and then I had to do something. But
You got called into
it. Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start this, and I was like, wait, I can't right now, but I'm gonna come back to it.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to watch that. Brian, you're a big golf guy. What are your thoughts?
I mean, from an outsider perspective, I love playing the outsider side of things whenever it comes to these kind of sports things, because I probably have a different perspective than someone who's actually really into the sport, right? So I work in a traditional corporate America type of style, right? And I see these guys religiously watching golf on their second monitor, talking about golf, going on break whenever they go on lunch breaks, they go play a round of golf or a match of golf or whatever the hell.
I want your job, bro. Playing a whole round of golf during lunch break. Is lunch 3 hours?
Well, it depends on the position that you are in my place,
guess.
but
That's nuts.
But yes, like I hear these guys just talking about golf. They're like, "Hey, I mean, it's 2 o'clock. Do you want to go, play some golf?" And then everyone's like, "Sure." And I'm like, "You can just leave and go play golf." Anyway, back to the story though. From my perspective, in the sense of Tiger Woods, I don't know golf as much, but I do know the name, and I know he's a great player. I know he's great at his sport. It's kind of like imagining if it was a Ronaldo or Messi of golf kind of a thing. If it was a LeBron of golf, that's what I imagine Tiger Woods. The man is getting up there in age, but I feel like, from an outsider perspective, besides the bad stuff that I've seen and heard from him, he's gonna still do great things. And like you guys said, he has so much time, and he can even continue playing professionally even after he's 60. So I might not know much about the sport, but I do know much about the guy in the sense of like I know he's good at what he's doing, and I know that he's just gonna continue to excel in wherever he goes or whatever he does.
For sure.
I want him to stick around. I need him to like stay healthy enough to play in like the same tournaments as like his son, and not as like the father son duo.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
I'm
talking
talking about like compete, bro.
So when we talk
Just
about that, that's what it makes me think of.
like
LeBron
the
wants to play with
LeBron
this
thing.
kid, like
Yeah.
that's how I
Yeah.
think about it. Or like, well, this will never happen, but like the Messi and, and his kid, he's too young, but Ronaldo and his kid could potentially happen. So it's one of those things where I'm like, great to see great things in these sports. I wish I could understand it, and I really wish I could get into it. I do know that it's a very rich sport too.
It
It's
is.
a
Yeah.
very rich
Yeah.
sport.
It's
Like
even
they be
it's
throwing money like
yeah.
crazy.
It's even more rich now because with this whole live tour thing that happened all last year, the PGA has come out and like every tournament they've basically like doubled all of the earning rewards.
Mm-hmm.
So like a tournament last year, if you won it, hypothetically you would have won like $750,000. Well, now if you win it, you get $1.5 million, and like second place gets more than they would have, and like all the way down. Like basically, there's somewhere around like 150 people that play in each tournament, and then
Mm-hmm.
after the Thursday and Friday after the first two rounds, they cut that in half, and then those guys play Saturday and Sunday. If you get into that group, like you win money, so like it's pretty rich. Like yeah, for sure. I think that going back to Tiger with the cart, I think for now they definitely should. I don't think it should be a thing that's like, oh, like if the dude like somewhat like minorly tore a muscle in his leg or something, like I don't think we should like there should be like some kind of exemption, like okay, if the guy can clearly hit the ball fine but like he can't walk the whole way, be like okay, yeah, like up until a certain point, or like make him do some kind of test every week or every month or something to see if he passes that, and if not, he
Yeah.
can use a cart kind of thing. Like if it's 5 years from
Maybe
now,
they should let his caddy drive for him. Yes, that's better historically.
they should just let his
He's not the one driving.
they should just let the other caddy in their group carry both bags so that Tiger's caddy can carry Tiger from shot to shot.
Oh,
Maybe they should
nice.
do that. Maybe
Or
that
they
would work out.
You know those little push carts where people put their bag on the front of
Yeah.
it? They should just make that, but with a seat on top of where the bag is, so his caddy can push him around.
I like
So-
just wheel a gamer chair around the course for him.
I wonder if they'd like try to do that. If they would be like, no, you can't do that.
I think the better option would just be to let him use a cart than something stupid like that.
It'd be so funny
But
though.
I would love to see that. I would absolutely love
so
to see
funny.
that.
But dude, going from an outsider perspective, going back to the card thing as well. I mean, does it really affect someone's performance walking versus being on a cart?
I mean, yes, purely because like a golf course, a typical golf course is around like 3.5 miles long. So like walking all of that compared, like it's basically walking or not walking a 5K. Like, would you rather not walk a 5K and still play golf, or would you rather do both? Like, you're gonna feel more tired walking it than not. And then add on the fact that if you're good enough, you have to do that 4 days in a row. And then sometimes the conditions are crappy, like it could be super cold, or like it could be kind of rainy but not rainy enough for them to
Yeah, it could be a wet
delay
hill
it.
you gotta walk up. And
Exactly.
Be careful.
So,
It's
like-
exhausting.
So in theory, yes, like it would be so much more easier for you to just take a cart. But like, it's Tiger Woods. Let him do what he wants. He's the best thing
I
that
mean,
ever happened
he's
to the sport.
proved that he can do it.
Yeah,
regardless.
That is
Like,
true.
And yeah, he can hit the ball just fine. That part of him is fine. He just can't walk. But it's golf. Golf is the most traditionalist sport out there. So there's no way they're going to change anything
Yeah,
like that
facts.
anytime soon. Even
Remember
for
like 2014 when those little Segway things with the no handlebars things
Yeah.
like came out, and those were sick.
Oh
They should just
my
get those with a bunch of
gosh.
like off-road tires and let the players
And just
go around on
ride
Yeah.
through.
those.
That would be sick.
That'd be
Now that's a
awesome.
game I would watch.
Oh hell yeah!
yeah,
And
they
like
ha- they
whoever
have
gets
to
their ball fastest and hits it, like you get a
it's like a timed thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but they can't get off it. They have to stay on it for each shot.
To hit.
Yeah.
That would be tough because
You see them in their backswing and they
make
just
the
start
wheels go.
because they're in their backswing. That'd be awesome.
That would probably get me to play golf. I'm not gonna lie.
About to say we just invented a new sport.
We did. That's a broken spine, is what
We
that
should
is.
call it ball golf.
No. Anyway,
Anyways, continuing.
so
Call it
that
rocket golf.
Okay. Yes.
Like Rocket
Actually,
League.
I
We're getting
actually
somewhere.
Well,
We'll come back to this.
yeah.
We'll come back.
Yes.
Golf Rocket.
Oh my god, I'm so tired of him.
This guy. So pretty much those are the only two like huge things that are going on in sports this week. The NBA All-Star game is this weekend, but if it's anything like the NHL All-Star game, it's just gonna be bad. Let's be honest. The
DK
NHL.
Metcalf was showing out in the celebrity game tonight.
I didn't see that, but I did see Albert Pujols getting a steal off of 21 Savage. I never would have thought
I
I'd seen
did
that
see
in my
that.
life. Yeah. 21 Savage just dribbling the ball, and Albert Pujols is like, nope, I'll take that, thank you. Who would have
That's
thought
wild.
Albert Pujols and 21 Savage playing a game of basketball together?
It's like a multiverse kind of a thing,
Unreal.
you know? It's like combining two different worlds into one, and it's
Yes.
multiverse of madness kind of a
Right.
thing, you know? Like, like
For
what kind of
sure.
crossover am I watching?
The fact that they're even in the same building and let alone they're playing basketball against each other. is-
Yeah,
Like, what's up with that?
This is weird. Yeah.
never
but-
would have imagined that.
But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot's going on. We're kind of waiting for basketball and hockey to reach playoffs and baseball to start and all that. So
And the MLS, don't forget
and the
about
MLS, we're
The
gonna
MLS.
Starting soon.
we're definitely gonna be talking about these bad boys a lot next week because their first game is next Saturday. So we'll definitely speak about that a lot next week. But other than the new soccer team, there's another new team coming to town that's playing this weekend, and it's the Battlehawks. XFL is back, baby. St. Louis Battlehawks returning. I was so disappointed that they had to cancel that last season back in 2020 because of COVID. Like, obviously, COVID hit, everything happened,
Yeah.
whatever. But, like, the XFL was doing so good. And it looked like, because there have been a couple other non-NFL football leagues in the spring try and do their thing, and then they just went bankrupt. Like, the XFL actually looked like it was doing its thing. So, now that the Rocks bought it, and they're actually, like, promoting it pretty good, it seems like, I'm super excited for it. Like, obviously, it's not the NFL, so the game's probably not going to be as good. But, like, sports are sports. Like, I'm going to watch it regardless.
I mean, it's
And it's
something,
a middle
especially
ground
local.
between like college and professional ball. So
Yeah.
you know, it's good to watch. It won't be
Because
NFL,
there will
but
be,
yeah.
like, really good college guys coming in, and also, like, ex-NFL guys coming in. Like, I don't know everyone on the XFL roster. I couldn't name one person, to be honest with you, for the Battlehawks right now.
AJ McCarron
So-
is the XFL is the Battlehawks quarterback.
Is he?
That's all I know. Yep.
Let's go.
Could you argue that the XFL is more like a semi-pro type of deal instead of professional, since it is the middle ground between after college and then after, you know?
I would put it more of like in baseball, like there's single A, double A, triple A, and then like Major League Baseball. But every single one of those levels are considered pro baseball. I would consider like a double or triple A baseball, where like it's still professional, but like it's not the professional league kind of thing.
It's not
It'd be
like the big time.
It'd be like the second or third tier in a European soccer league. Like it's still professional by every sense of the word, but like it's not the best.
Gotcha.
So that's probably where I would put it at.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way I'm
I
thinking
do
about
like
it
whenever
is-
it
oh,
comes
sorry.
around. No, you're good. Go ahead.
The thing that I was thinking about it, if I'm trying to like make it sense for me in a sense, it's like you got the Barcelona B team and the Barcelona A team. It's kind of like a Barcelona B team almost. Is that what I'm hinting at?
Nah, I'd put it more like like Dylan's favorite English team, Hull City. You know, they're in League One, right? But like, there's no B team for Hull. Like they're in League
Yeah.
One, and then there's the Championship above that, and then the Premier League. So
Yeah.
like, I would stick it somewhere closer to that. I just wanted to say that Dylan's favorite English team was Hull City, purely
That's
because
actually
know
not
that.
true. I'm not a whole fan. I'm
Okay.
an AFC Bournemouth fan. But anyways, we're talking about the XFL.
we are talking about the XFL. We're talking about the other football.
Yeah, the real football. Anyways, it's nice that it's like a great middle ground for especially St. Louis because it's in the NFL offseason, and since we were robbed of our football team, it's a team.
Yeah.
Don't get
St.
me
Louis. So
started.
it's like it's a double whammy for us. So it's nice, have have a football team from our city to root for, and the fact that it's not going to interfere with NFL. Because honestly, I would not watch the XFL if it was
Yeah,
at the same time.
100%.
And they know that, and that's why they're not gonna do that.
And I wonder because there is the other spring league, the USFL, but they're not starting until April. So I want to kind of see the ratings difference between the XFL and the USFL, because the XFL is starting the Sunday after the Super Bowl, whereas the USFL is not starting until April. So like, is that going to help or hurt either side? I think it might help the XFL because it's so like quick turnarounds. Like you still got football guys. Like if you want it, it's there. Like you don't have to worry about the season being over. Whereas the USFL is not starting until April, so there's like that time people will forget about it. It'll be interesting. But there's only 8 teams in the XFL, so obviously the Battlehawks will win. They were supposed to win the last time, and then a certain virus hit or something.
2020, baby. What a year. What a year.
What a year.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah.
It really was, man. It really was. It just hit out of nowhere. It was, I mean, at the same time, it was a blessing in disguise for some people. And then at the same time, it's like you're so excited about these sports happening and everything going on. And then, like, wham, you're dead.
It's done.
Well, we won't get too political today. Not yet.
No room for that over here.
This is only episode 2. We gotta at least wait for like 20 more before we get canceled.
That's true. That's true.
Well, we'll go from one team to another. We'll go to the boys on Dylan's chest right now.
Birds on the bat, baby.
The old Redbirds. Spring training starting up this past week, I believe. I think like Sunday. It was like Saturday or Sunday. It was pitchers and catchers.
I know they've reported within this past week.
Yeah. So I've seen. I ain't got a whole lot to say on this, to be honest. I know that St. Louis is a baseball town first, which kind of pains me.
Big baseball town.
It's a huge baseball town. So you got Waino against Nolan Arenado in spring training, like just going against each other for fun. And Wilson Contreras, new catcher, robbed him from the Cubs. That makes me happy.
That was wild.
I'm not like anywhere near as invested in baseball as I am like hockey and soccer and all this, but like I do like me a good steal from the Cubs whenever I can take it.
Always.
For sure. And he even said like as soon as he signed it, he was like, "Oh yeah, like for like the last 5 years, ever since I like came to Busch Stadium the first time ever, he's like, I want to play here, like get me to St. Louis." I was like, imagine being like, if the roles were reversed, like I'd be so sad because Contreras was their best player last year.
You imagine Yadier Molina being like, "Yeah, I just always wanted to be a Cub." I'd be like, "Who is this guy?"
Bro,
yeah,
like screw you, dude. Like,
yeah,
ugh.
Although this year is going to be the year that I'm going to get into baseball more. I was getting into it last year, and I was like, eh.
Well, and they do have throughout the month of March the World Baseball Classic, which is essentially the World Cup of baseball that they're doing. This year, it's I'm definitely going to try and tune into that as much as I can. I think they have it set up to where it's like because there's a lot of like Korea, Japan, a couple of those countries are in there. I think a lot of their games are going to be played overseas over there, so the time zone's going to be crazy. But
fun fact, I do see that Mexico's going far in it too so far. All the Facebook posts that I've seen about them winning games, I'm like, I've seen some Facebook posts and everything.
Because I wonder if that's like qualifying, because the finals, like the whole like group stage and stuff, doesn't start till like the 6th of March or something like that. I think.
I feel like they did qualify.
But anyway, it's going to be USA versus Puerto Rico in the final or something like that.
It usually is.
Yeah, I heard that Yadi's the manager for the Dominican. Is it Puerto Rico or Dominican? He's Dominican, right?
He's Dominican.
I'm canceled.
I'm pretty sure he's Dominican.
Show's
I'm pretty
canceled.
sure he's Dominican.
Yeah,
I can say it because I'm Hispanic. I'm pretty sure he's Dominican. Though his accent is way too. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, if he's Puerto Rican, he's a very dark Puerto Rican. I'm pretty sure he's Dominican.
Whoa.
He's Puerto Rican, big dog.
Oh man. Well, it's been fun, everyone. It's been fun. We're gonna end it here.
I swear he was Dominican, bro. I swear he was.
That's too good.
anyways, I'm gonna try my best to cover that up. The thing I am excited about, I saw BPs with Jordan Hicks, and he's throwing gas, bro. I'm so excited for him to be back.
Yeah, I hope he stays
This
healthy.
is really the year where he kind of really finds himself in that league role he deserves, because he's throwing pitches at 105, 106. Like, if he can get these dialed in the zone and like really work on his breaking balls and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like he's gonna be one of the best posers.
That was like his only issue last year outside of being injured, was like he can throw 105. The only problem was you don't know if it's going to be right down the plate or if it's going to be at his head.
Yeah.
So if he can figure that out, like 50% of where it was compared to last year, he's going to be amazing.
The video I did see was it was kind of like behind the catcher.
Yeah, I think I saw the same one.
He threw it, and it was
you could barely see it.
It was straight down the pipe. Yeah, it was, and it sounded like a gunshot when it hit the catcher's mitt, and I was like, "Good Lord!"
That sound of a good fastball hitting a catcher's glove, that pop, ooh, it's too good.
Yeah, it really is.
Brian, got anything to add except from being racist?
I cannot be racist because I'm a fellow Hispanic. So, Sugma. Anyway, I will say that I will be going to their first game as well, to the St. Louis Cardinals
You're
first
going
game.
to the home opener one?
Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited about that. Again, shout out to my company, but I am going to be going.
Hopefully they let you get there like 2 hours before the game, because all the pregame ceremonies and all that, it's too much. Like, it looks awesome from TV. Like, I want to get to a home opening game
excited.
eventually.
I'm excited, even though I'm going to be in the tippy top of the nosebleeds. I mean, I'm scared of heights a little bit, so I'm gonna be like, but at the same time, I'm super excited to see it, because I already know that it's a baseball town. That's sad. It pains me to say that, but at the same time, I'm like, it's St. Louis, you know. I'm excited to see the amount of natives, the St. Louis people here, just get so hyped over this sport, you know. It's gonna be a great game. I'm excited.
Best logo in the league too. Nobody beats the birds on the bat. Fight me about it.
No, sir.
Beautiful.
Well, moving on from one St. Louis team to the other, we're gonna go into some Blues talk real quick. Blues going 3-0 ever since trading Tarasenko and having their mini break after the All-Star game. Barely beating the Coyotes 6-5 in overtime. That was a weird game. And then beating the Panthers, and then beating the Devils last night, progressively getting tougher opponents and just dusting them.
I wonder if Dylan, what he said last podcast, made a difference. If anyone remembered that.
Oh, that was me, big dog.
Oh, sorry. It was the other Beekman. It was the other Beekman.
I did say last week that maybe Tarasenko was a bad influence on the team. Solely because he wanted to get out of here. I'm not taking credit because it's only 3 games and I don't have any relation to the team. But we went from potentially trading away half of our team to get good draft picks this offseason to maybe we only needed to make the one move. Maybe we sneak into the playoffs. I would rather sneak into the playoffs than get like the 18th overall pick. That's just me. But
yeah.
I agree.
But it's not exactly a fully new development, like this whole 3-0 without him. This whole season they're 12-4 when he's not in the lineup.
That is true.
I mean, they play better without him, statistically speaking, if you're just looking at the paper. So
yeah, and don't get me wrong, it definitely helped that Ryan O'Reilly and Buchnevich came back after the break. Whatever Buchnevich has been going through, some kind of ankle infection, something. He's been dealing with it all season long. And then O'Reilly with his foot. But, I mean, even still, like, Brandon Saad had to go on IR. Sammy Blade took a puck to the face last night. Oh, no, that was Tyler Tucker. Sammy Blade got a hit to the head last night. He was in concussion protocol for, like, half of the game. But even still,
Speaking
I have breaking news.
No. Shut up.
No. You want to break it, Brian?
I just saw it!
I'll break it. Speaking of the news, literally, hold on. This is 2/17 of 23. It is currently 11 p.m. on a Friday night. Maple Leafs acquire Ryan O'Reilly from Blues in blockbuster trade that includes Wild. Can we just this just happened. We also got the notification. It is currently 2:17 of 23, 11:05 p.m. on a Friday night, and the Maple Leafs acquire Ryan O'Reilly. Everyone's doing their little research before we talk about it. I'm just making some space here.
It's like a 4-team trade.
It says 3 on mine. I'm looking at the NHL app's news report on it. Between
We're all looking at it right now.
Maple Leafs, the Minnesota Wild, and us.
So did the Leafs have Ottawa's 3rd-round pick for next year? Because
I'm trying to read through this. I'll read this little paragraph. Yeah, read the whole thing. Yeah.
Ryan O'Reilly, a center, heads to Toronto along with forward Noel Achari. In exchange, the Blues receive prospect Mikhail Abramov. Yeah,
Abramov. That'd be.
Adam Gaudette, the Leafs 2023 first-round pick. The Senators 2023 first-round pick.
Third round pick for this year.
And Toronto's 2024 second-round pick. So I assume the Leafs had Ottawa's 23 third-round pick already, and they're giving us that with it.
Yeah, because it looks like the only thing that the Wild got was Toronto's 4th-round pick. So I would assume that.
This is pain for me. I'm sorry. This is.
I honestly did not think O'Reilly would.
This is pain.
At the deadline. I thought he was staying, and I don't know why. He felt like he wasn't the guy going.
Dude, this is big news. I love that we were just talking about it, and we just all got the notification. Yeah, here it is. It's all over the social media now. It's blew up. The Blues first round 2023, second round 2024 Toronto, third round 2023.
So scratch everything Drake just said about maybe we do go on a run, maybe we don't sell the farm. Yeah, the farm has been sold.
The farm is gone. Everything is gone. Everything is gone.
I love being right for 2 seconds and then not being right. So
man, and I was with you there for 2 seconds.
So it looks like the Minnesota Wild traded us forward prospect Josh Pillar, and then we traded him, O'Reilly, and Achari to Toronto, and then we got all those draft picks, and then Toronto sent Minnesota that 4th-round pick because we got this Pillar guy from Minnesota. So that's how the Wild come in on all this. We got their guy, we sent him to Toronto, and then Toronto sent them a draft pick for it. Dude, that makes me so sad.
Dude,
I'm so sad. Noel Achari was so good for us. He was the perfect St. Louis Blue. I did not like the fact that we signed him last offseason. I was not a Noel Achari guy, and he's been one of the best guys on our team.
Dude, my socials are going crazy because a lot of people know that we're doing this podcast. So, like, all my friends are sending me, "Hey, did you see this trade alert?"
It is it's the best and worst thing that we waited until 11 p.m. on Friday night to do this.
Man.
Dude, I cannot honestly. So,
well, this will be the first clip of the podcast on the channel.
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, this sucks.
I don't know
why. For why?
Hey, what? because they're rebuilding the franchise, Drake.
Okay.
We've been sorry for the language. We've been rebuilding for what now? When was the last time we rebuilt?
The last time we fully rebuilt would have been the mid-2000s because we absolutely sucked in the mid-2000s, and then we made the playoffs in 2010, got swept by the Canucks, and then ever since then we slowly built until we won the Cup in 2019, and then since then we've been awful. Well, not awful, but less than the best. O'Reilly was a free agent at the end of the season, so unless you re-signed him, you would have just lost him for nothing. I don't remember off the top of my head how long we signed Noel Achari for. I want to say it was a 1-year deal, so he would have been a free agent. So
I don't feel as bad. I did butcher this guy's name. It's Mikhail Abramov.
Mikhail.
And I don't.
And Adam Gaudette. Adam Gaudette's a veteran NHL guy.
Well, this other guy, I was like, oh man, I'm not a
Dude,
However,
true
this
fan.
right
I don't know his
here,
name, but he's from the minors.
he's never played an NHL
them
game.
Yeah.
them trading him, this is a sign that they're fully rebuilding. Like it's a big full rebuild mode, big time. Like I don't know what they have planned, but this
You
was super sad news for me.
you gotta. I'm just trying to think because with the first round pick we got from the Rangers is going to be either the Rangers or the Stars because the Rangers had both of those picks. But whichever draft pick is later in the first round is going to be ours. So like that's the worst case scenario out of those two. And Toronto with getting Achari and O'Reilly, this is their year now. If they don't win the
Hey,
cup,
maybe Toronto can do something.
no,
They're not making it out of the
dude,
first round.
if
I don't
Toronto
care.
doesn't win the cup this year, it's a bust because
They've been a bust for the last 50
No,
years.
absolutely, 100%. They haven't won a playoff series since 2004. They stink. But with Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares, that's like 50% of their cap space right there. And their biggest weakness has been defense and depth. Well, now they've got depth, and I don't know specifically, but I think their defense is the best it's ever been, like in this decade. So they have to win the cup this year, or else O'Reilly's not going to resign, Achari's not going to resign. They're free agents, and they're going to ask for too much money for the Leafs to pay them. So, and I'm saying all that to say this: their first round draft pick better be 32, or it's a fail for them. And realistically, it's not going to be anything higher than like 28. So yes, it's a first round pick. Like we have 3 first round picks this year. We're going to get 3 good players because the Blues have always drafted well. I don't really want to complain like this, but like 2 of our 3 picks are going to be so late in the first round. Like if we don't get it, if we don't get a top 5 pick, is it all worth it? I'm just asking the question.
Well, I mean, we did touch on it last time. There is depth in the draft this year.
Yes, I don't know all of the names, but even though Connor Bedard is supposed to be the next Wayne Gretzky, like everyone's saying that this draft is one of the deepest in a long time. So
maybe this is Army's tank job, and we can just plummet faster than a speeding bullet.
I mean, you needed to lose to the Coyotes the other day, though, right?
Yeah, true.
Dude, wow, I love how we were just talking about this and we all got the notification on our stuff and what a all right.
I know I just said a lot there, but I'm speechless. Like we just traded away our captain and one of our best players. So does that mean Barbashev gets traded now too? Because apparently he's picking up a lot of steam on the trade market. If we're gonna be that team this year, if we're gonna be that team this year, we gotta be that team this year. I gotta start asking questions.
I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I guarantee you it's gonna happen. I guarantee you it's gonna happen.
The rumor is that we could get a first round pick for Barbashev, which I love Ivan Barbashev. He's one of my favorite Blues on the team this year. He can score goals, he can get assists, and he's so physical. Like he's the perfect St. Louis Blue. But a first round pick, now that we're tanking?
I mean,
I wouldn't say no.
We're in a great spot to start going young too, because we got Kyrou and Robert Thomas are kind of the
Thomas,
are coming up, getting paid guys, and they're good and they're young. So
yeah, you got Scott Perunovich, who just tonight is playing his first game after hurting his shoulder back in September.
Oh, that's right.
He's stupid young too. Like he's gonna be good. The only
man.
If Doug Armstrong only makes one more move before the trade deadline, though, if he can, I've heard the rumors. I don't think it'll happen. I hope it does. But if he can somehow trade Colton Parayko, then I'll take back every bad thing I've ever said about Doug Armstrong. Because I did not like that contract. I did not like him signing Torrey Krug over Alex Pietrangelo. I did not like him not re-signing David Perron. That's probably the worst one. But Colton Parayko's been so bad this year. Like the last 3 games, he's played pretty well. Yeah. But the whole team has in comparison. Like you won 3 games in a row. Good job. Like,
man, this is wild. This is wild. That's crazy that this happened. Oh my gosh.
It's nuts because like I said it. Like we won 3 games in a row. Like you traded Tarasenko. Maybe there's just a new life in the locker room. Maybe.
Who gets to see?
I No one will for the rest of the season. You'll have 3 alternates for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Next year, though, I think it's Braden Shen because we have 6 or 7 more years on his contract. I think him and Pareko are on the same years, so it'll be one of those two. But I hope it's Braden Shen because he has an A right now. He's got better leadership qualities, if you ask me. I think it will, and I think it should be Braden Shen after this season.
He has been around. I guess he is. And I mean, especially if we're about to really go young, he'll be one of the more veteran guys.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It should be David Perron next year, but we don't got to talk about that.
Colton Pareko for David Perron, 1 for 1. I'll do that. I'll do that. But
wow.
Man.
What a podcast! What a podcast already, by the way. What a podcast! Already.
Yeah, that was a wild twist.
Well, free content, I guess.
Yeah, true. I mean,
joke,
on the
man,
spot, let's get it.
So, to hopefully end this on a light note, last week Dylan had his Embrace Debate questions where we found out that Brian is a gremlin and likes ketchup on pizza.
But we're certified psychopath.
We're not going to do that this week. Instead, it's going to be...
Love him, though.
Yes, we love you, Brian. Don't ever forget that. But
you.
it's going to be my turn this week. We're going to have a different kind of little segment to end out the show. Hopefully leave everyone with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
We got some,
I'm kind of sad.
I'm powering through. We got some random facts that hopefully no one here at least has heard them, and if not, I'm going to look like an absolute nutcase. But yeah, I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 random facts for you, and then I got one more question, kind of thinker, shower thought almost kind of thing. So, first one. So, the letter I, lowercase I, you know, there's a line and then the dot above that. Do you know what the little dot is called? It has a name for it.
Really?
Yes.
Is it inappropriate?
It borderline is inappropriate. But we're running it. It's called a tittle.
A tittle?
Tittle. A tittle.
Huh.
I was like, yeah, I gotta let the boys know that one.
Tittle.
Hell yeah.
So hold on. So when
In a
you
lowercase
that
I,
little thing,
yeah, the small dot at the top, it's called a tittle.
it's called a tittle.
Yes.
Huh. Fun
I'm gonna
fact.
start saying that whenever I say that saying where it's like, cross your T's and tittle your I's. Yeah.
I like it.
On tittle your eyes.
Or you could just use that as an insult.
Yeah, tittle your eyes on this big dog.
It's like, you're so small, you're a tittle, bro.
Yeah.
Did you know, I found this one interesting. Did you know that Hitler's nephew actually joined the U.S. Army?
What?
He did. Way back, I think it was right before World War II started.
Not the Argentinian army?
No, it was the U.S. Army. Because Hitler actually joined the Argentina. Anyway.
Oh my god.
So right before, I think, the height of like World War II and everything, Hitler's nephew tried like calling out his whole propaganda and stuff, tried to like convince people to not go with Hitler, but obviously he failed in doing so. So he flew to America. I don't know if it was like seeking asylum thing or if he just flew to America and joined the U.S. Army.
Did he change his name or like he had Hitler on his uniform?
That's a good question.
I guess if he's his nephew, he could have a different name too.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, potentially. If it was like
definitely
Hitler's sister and then had married and had kids.
You imagine you're fighting this war
against
like,
Hitler, but
your
you
sole
got Hitler.
purpose is to take down Hitler, and then like your new buddy shows up and his name's Hitler. I'd be like,
oh, like wait, you see you, yeah.
You might be lost, bro.
Yeah, I think you're on the wrong side, bro. All right, I want both of you to try this one out because I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't tried it. Apparently, you can't hum. It's impossible for you to hum if you hold your nose.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
To not hum.
What's
so
your
like,
game here, Drake?
No,
He's
like
cracking a smile.
you can't hum if you hold your nose.
So this is humming, right? This is humming. So
yeah.
I'll fucking do it. I'll do it.
I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh.
There was no like huge thing to get you. I just wanted to see both of you try it.
Okay.
No, because when you hum, there's air coming out of
Makes
your
it harder.
nose. Yeah, because like you talk, air goes over your vocal cords, right?
Oh wow.
But
yeah.
when you hum, your mouth is closed, but you still got air passing through your vocal cords and out your nose. So when you hold your nose, there's no air to move anywhere.
You can
That's
hum with
kinda
your mouth
cool.
open though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. No, but like if you hum with your mouth closed,
don't
then
know.
air's
I
just
don't know
coming out your
why.
nose. You
That-
are
when
something
Dylan-
else, Brian.
When Dylan did that, yeah, that makes sense. Like, why did my dumb ass go?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, is he taking me for a fool right now? He doesn't know that he could do this.
I tried hiding my smile, but I just couldn't. Okay, this one I did not believe. I had to do a little digging myself, but it is true. Pigeons,
Put your fingers ready.
the bird,
They're not real.
Pigeons, they're not real, but they also can't fart. They can't fart.
Do they not have buttholes?
I don't know, but they can't
I
fart.
would assume they do because they
poop in
definitely
the cars.
They poop.
They poop
Maybe
on
they just
everything.
fart while they're pooping. But my last random fact here
Huh?
is there are more man-made flamingos than there are actual flamingos in the world.
I believe that. I honestly believe that. 100%.
You said there's more man-made flamingos than real flamingos?
Yeah. Like
I 100%
like the
believe
plastic
that.
ones. Yeah.
I do believe that actually. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Just because this girl's going to
That's
poop.
definitely the most believable one.
Yes.
So pigeons don't fart because they don't have the stomach bacteria that causes buildups of gas.
Ooh.
Huh?
That is interesting.
Must be nice.
Oh, and generally speaking, most birds don't fart. Like not just pigeons.
Oh.
Like most birds.
Interesting.
Good to know. Holy crap.
There's a whole link for a website, and the title is "Does it fart? What animals fart? Which ones don't, and why?"
Does it fart? I like it. All right.
Yeah, it's a
To wrap her on up here, I got one quick question for you. I'm kind of stealing it from Dylan a little bit. Kind of embraced debate, but I saw it and I had to bring it up.
Oh no.
So hypothetically, you're like in an avalanche or in some scenario where you are completely buried in snow, right? Like I'm talking feet and feet of snow above you. You're not getting out. You are unfortunately going to pass away. My question is, do you drown or do you suffocate?
What's the difference?
Well, because it's snow. So like it's technically water. And like you're
suffocate.
you're technically underwater.
But you suffocate because the pressure is on you.
Right, but what
Therefore,
I'm saying is like if you were stuck under feet of water and died, you drown.
Yes.
And snow is water. Right?
Yes.
So
but
do you-
it's solid.
But it's water, so do you technically drown?
But my argument would be, would it be classified as water since water is something of liquid? And snow, yes, it is a form of water, but it's solid. So therefore you would suffocate, no?
when Captain America got frozen all that time, did he drown?
I knew you were so quiet and you were frozen. I knew you were thinking up of something.
Well, I was trying to think about it. I feel like you would freeze to death before you do either of those things. If I'm
Actually,
being pretty
facts.
honest.
Yeah, it's frostbite. That's my final answer.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wow.
Well, actually, you probably
No,
would suffocate because the water's not going to melt and like fill your lungs first.
yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
eliminate the air you can breathe. You'll suffocate.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just the thought
then
of like,
water
but it's
is
technically
not,
water.
Water is
so,
not
like,
wet, so
Facts.
like water is
Facts.
not wet. So
No,
like,
We
we're-
actually
no,
all
no.
agree on this one. Yeah, we can agree on this one.
I
water's
think
not
Brian's
wet,
joking though.
No,
let's
no,
bring- Let's bring
water-
this
no.
debate back because it's the truth.
No, honestly, I will fight that water is not wet till the day I die.
This is not a joke. All three of us are in on this. Yes,
Yeah,
water
I am
is not
100%
wet.
agree.
Water
Water's
is
not wet.
not wet.
Dad, I know you're watching. Water is not wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, good. That was a good little debate. I honestly think you would
Yeah.
suffocate though first because it's more of a pressure kind of a thing instead of like filling your lungs in with liquid.
I hear
And
you.
water's not wet, so therefore you're not drowning.
Facts. All right.
What
Well,
do you
look at
think,
us.
Bill?
Look at us, all three with a smile on our face to end the podcast.
We're so good at this.
Not remembering that Ryan O'Reilly just got traded away.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
He did
Stop.
though. He's gone.
He did. He's gone.
Okay.
We got
Okay, guys. Guys, come on.
We did
Come
so
on,
good to
please.
forget about it, and now look at us. All right, but that's
The
gonna.
first stages of an island. We're already past it.
Yeah.
Just moved past it.
Yes. Facts.
You're right.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Peanut Gallery. Yes, we have a name finally. So, Dylan, hit him with the line.
No.
I kept it in last week just because you told me not to.
I saw that. I saw that. I think I'm gonna go with the new one. I think I'm just gonna start saying, "Okay, bye,"
Okay, bye.
and then that'll be it.
No peace and love.
No, follow your
like,
dreams. No
be enthusiastic
No.
or anything like that.
no love people and hate war kind of thing.
No love, war, hate people.
Perfect. You
And
heard
on
the man.
that
I'm
note,
kidding.
you better be. That's going to wrap it up for this week. We will hopefully see y'all next Friday. If not, we'll see you sometime next week.